In 1987, I was in Victor Verster Prison, nearing the end of my 27-year sentence for fighting apartheid, the system that divided South Africans by race since 1948, stripping blacks of rights to vote, own land or move freely. This story, The Cook's Fire, is about a woman named Agnes, a cook in a township near Soweto, whose kitchen became a heart of resistance during the turbulent 1980s. Her story is about courage, generosity, and keeping hope alive, told so you can feel her warmth and connect with her quiet fight. Agnes was a 43-year-old cook in Diepkloof, a township where shacks crowded together and police raids were a daily threat. Her small kitchen, attached to her home, served meals to workers and schoolkids, its stove always warm with pap and stew. Her husband, Paul, was a mechanic, and their daughter, Zinhle, 15, helped serve food. In 1987, with South Africa under a state of emergency and townships like Diepkloof erupting in protests against apartheid's harsh laws, Agnes heard about the ANC underground work through whispered stories at church. She wasn't a fighter, but she wanted to help. Her kitchen became a secret hub for the United Democratic Front, an ANC ally, hiding messages in pots of food. Agnes started slipping coded notes into meal parcels, instructions for protests or safe house locations, tucked under layers of bread. Paul delivered these to activists, pretending to fix cars, while Zinhle watched for police, signaling by banging a spoon on a pot. One evening, Agnes hid a note with my prison words, calling for unity, in a stew sent to a student leader. Her careful cooking reminded me of my fugitive days in the 1960s, always staying sharp to avoid capture. Police patrolled Diepkloof, searching for rebel activity. Agnes kept her kitchen bustling, serving meals to mask her work. When an officer stopped by, asking about her customers, she offered him a bowl of soup, smiling as she hid a note in her apron. Paul chatted about car repairs, keeping the officer distracted. They fooled him, and the message reached its target. Their calm was like my wife Winnie's, who kept our cause alive under house arrest. Agnes also gave free meals to families hit by police raids, keeping them fed during tough times. In 1988, Agnes' kitchen became a meeting spot for activists planning a rent strike. She cooked late, her stove's hum covering their talks. Zinhle stood outside, pretending to wash dishes, ready to warn of police. During a raid, Agnes hid papers in a sack of maize meal, telling officers she was just cooking. They left empty-handed. In Pulsemore, before my transfer, I heard about people like her through new prisoners, their courage alight in our cells. By 1989, Agnes hid a young protester, injured in a march, in her pantry. She fed him soup and bandaged his wounds, while Paul snuck him clothes to escape. Zinhle led him to a safe house at night, her bravery echoing the 1976 Soweto Uprising, where students stood firm. Agnes' kitchen kept serving, passing messages to fighters hiding in nearby townships, her pots a quiet weapon in our fight. In 1990, police burned her kitchen, suspecting it was an ANC hub. Agnes rebuilt with neighbors' help, using a borrowed stove. She said, "They can burn my pots, but not my fire." Her words were like our prison talks, where we vowed to endure. Zinhle, now 18, joined the ANC youth wing, inspired by her mom, carrying messages hidden in bread rolls. During the 1991 crackdowns, Agnes' kitchen fed protesters and hid supplies for clinics. When police raided again, she buried notes in a vegetable patch, fooling them with a story about planting. Paul rallied the township to protect their home. Their unity, like the 1952 Defiance campaign, ID helped lead. Zinhle led student marches, her courage born from her parents' work. By 1992, Agnes' health weakened from years of stress, but she taught Zinhle to cook, passing on her recipes and her fight. Her kitchen remained a symbol of hope in Diepkloof. When I was in Victor Verster, stories of cooks like Agnes reached me, their quiet acts as vital as our umkhonto we plans. Her family kept helping, feeding the township's resistance. In 1994, when I became president, I visited Diepkloof, meeting Agnes and Zinhle. Agnes gave me a loaf of bread, saying, "This fed our hope, Madiba." I thought of her when we started feeding programs for kids, wanting women like her to thrive. Agnes and Zinhle kept their kitchen, teaching kids to cook and fight for justice. Agnes' fire warmed our struggle, her courage showing that small acts matter. Her love for her community, like our shared humanity, proves we're stronger together. If you're facing hard times, be like Agnes. Use what you have to help others and keep hope burning. Power to the people.